Test the 1 2 1 2. All praise to the Creator. We thank the Creator for bringing us to this point. I just want to make sure everything is good on my end. Yeah, it looks like everything is good on my end. Just make sure. Hold on. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's good on my end. We thank the Creator for each of you for joining me today. All praise to the Creator. To Lynn, we thank you for joining in. All praises to you for joining in. Make sure you come in and you press that like and subscribe button. This is Maury Yacob and ITFTR Network. The Indigenous Talk for the Righteous Entertainment. And we want to make sure that we get everything across that we want to get across, because I don't want people to believe, to understand that this walk is, the walk of religion. This is a walk of culture. This is a walk of indigenous history. All praises to Trey, Zipporah, and Zayden. Happy Shabbat to you. Make sure when you come into the building, you press that like and subscribe button. I know I'm a little late, but it's okay. I'm here, and we thank the Creator for each one of you. And today we're going to get into some real stuff. Now, I want to ask a question real quick. And the question is, but I want to read first. Because I want people to see it. And I'm going to put it up on the screen for those that are watching to look at it for yourself. Let me pull it up. Because we have to pay attention to the Bible. Either we paying attention to the Bible, or we just paying attention to what we want to believe and how we want to believe it. And we're excusing what the Bible is literally saying. See, we don't believe that JC is your captivity, JC is your hell, and JC is your judgment. He is your excuse me. JC is your delusion. But you don't believe it because it's been taught to you. People teach it, preach it, they dance on it, they sing about it, and it become a household phenomenon. And we just believe and we just accept everything that what people been teaching us. And I've been in the church, and I've been a pastor in the church. But I had to realize that the things that I was teaching wasn't correct. And when I did come to the position of realizing what was, I had to leave it. What I thought was better, or what I thought was great, behind. So I want to share my screen with you real quick. I want to share my screen. Happy Shabbat. Sister Latoya, happy Shabbat. Thank you for joining us. Make sure as when you come into the building, you press that like and you press that subscribe button. I want to share my screen with you real quick. This is very, very important that a lot of people understand this here, because if you don't understand this, it's going to be a simple question. And when that simple question come in, I want everyone to know it. Matthew, the 10th chapter. We're going to start at verse 1. I don't know why it's looking like this. We'll blow it up. Here we go. Matthew, the 10th chapter. We're going to start at verse 1. It says, and calling Now remember, now if you go back to chapter 9 is very important. Chapter 9 was showing you that JC, was committing abominations. And some people defended those abominations because they was telling me that for this guy allowing a woman that had an issue of blood, a disease of an issue of blood for 12 years, and she touched him, and that he was not unclean. Because he did the showbread, and David did the showbread and all this other stuff. I don't know what none of that has to do with this woman touching JC. But according to them, the woman touched JC, and some people say that because he had thick blood. I don't know if thick blood has anything to do with a woman touching you that was unclean. And they come with all kinds of excuses. And they don't teach. They instead of them repenting when they see the story, they just continue to move forward into the what? Delusion of protecting this character that the Creator sent for your judgment. We don't even have enough sense to even realize that you're being judged as you live. Let me repeat that again. You are being judged as you live. This is the reason why the Creator won't waste his time judging you when you die, because you're being judged as you live. So when you die, your judgment is complete. Okay? So JC went, the woman with the issue of blood, of diseased blood, touched him. Then after that, he went and touched the dead body. Excuse me. Then after that, he healed blind people, telling them that, well, if you believe that I could do it, then it will be done. Then after that, he went to heal this dumb man that was dumb and had a demon. You see? Then he went from there and said, oh, they fainting. It's plenty of them. They around here stretched out with no shepherd. Then he told his disciples, the harvest is plentiful, but we ain't got that many laborers. So now we come to chapter 12, because remember now in chapter 9, he went around preaching a new doctrine. JC was preaching the new doctrine. I think a lot of you didn't know what that new doctrine was. Okay, now let's get into that new doctrine real quick. And then we're going to jump into chapter 10, and I'm going to give you the question. Because the question is very important. And this is how you know that JC is your judgment. Matthew to chapter 9. Let's go all the way down when JC was teaching. It says, and we're going to go to verse 35. Okay? We're going to go to 35. JC, I'm thinking it's 35. Let me read. Let me get there. I don't want to mistake this, because I want you to see this automatic. I want you to see this thing automatic. And he says, okay. And it says 35. Yeah, verse 35, Matthew 9:35. And it says, and JC went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues. Why is not his synagogue? I thought these people were Israelites. He keeps saying there. He's making a distinction that this guy is not a part of these people, or these people is not a part of this guy. So there's a separation there. Okay. Preaching in their synagogues. Okay. Now watch this. And preaching the gospel of the kingdom. Now, it ain't but two kingdoms that Israel ever knew about. That was the kingdom of the enemy and the kingdom of the promised land. So they was already in the promised land. So what JC was talking about, what JC is talking about, we got to talk about it. That's why he said, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. So here's the point. This man was healing every sickness and every disease. Okay? But the problem is, I thought affliction came from the Creator. So if the affliction came from the Creator, how is it that now he could come and now instantly stop the affliction from the Creator. We're going to touch this today. Now watch this. And it says, and look what 36 says, but when he saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion on them because they fainted. He wasn't moved on no other reason. He was moved because they fainted, meaning they were out of breath. Do you know what faint means? You don't have no control of your extremities, meaning you are now needing help. If these people were Israel, only thing they had to do was turn to the law. They didn't have no reason to be exhausted except being afflicted. So now they're being afflicted. They're being exhausted because they're looking for something other than the law to help them. This is the problem. And a lot of us, we looking for things to help us outside the house of the Creator and not in the house that we're supposed to be building for the Creator. And this is why they were exhausted. And look what 38 says. Pray ye therefore the Creator of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into the harvest. He said, look, let's pray. Give me that Creator, increase us so things can now move greater. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this, but that's okay. Because only the strong can survive this. Okay? So now let's look at chapter 10. Let's look at chapter 10. Let's graduate up to chapter 10. Chapter 10, verse 1 says, and once when he said that, and calling his disciples, his 12 disciples, he's calling them to himself. And calling his 12 disciples to him, JC gave them authority over unclean spirits. Now, how did he do that? How did he give them authority over unclean spirits? What was that authority he gave them? Because the only thing that can, because here's the problem. Watch this. Let's go to 1 Kings. Let's go to 1 Kings, the 22nd chapter. I want y'all to hold the Matthew 10th chapter, and I want y'all to go to 1 Kings, the 22nd chapter. And I want to show y'all that you don't have no control over unclean spirits. This is a straight lie. Or this is your delusion that you believe is the truth. Now, let's go to 1 Kings, because either Torah is a lie or this New Testament is stringing you along for you to be put to death. So let's keep going. First Kings. Let's go to 1 Kings. 1 Kings 22. Let's go to 1 Kings 22. Okay. Let's go all the way down to chapter verse 19. 1 Kings 22, we're going to go all the way down to 19. Okay? And this is what he says right here. Look what's being said. We're going to go to 19. Hold on. Yeah. Verse 19. Micah continued. Therefore, hear the word of the Creator. I saw the Creator sitting on his throne, and all the multitude of heaven standing around him on his right and on his left. Notice he didn't say, I seen one of the multitude of heaven sitting next to him. No. He only saw the multitude of the host of heaven standing on the right or to the left. And look what verse 20 says. And the Creator said, who will entice Ahab into attacking Ramoth Gilead and going to his death there? So, don't you know an affliction can lead to your death? It can be sometimes part of your death, but affliction from the Creator is part of your judgment. Affliction, when you're being afflicted, it's a part of your judgment that can lead to your death. But Ahab affliction led to his death. He never got past that affliction, family. He never got past it. And I think we are not paying attention to the Creator. He's not giving you something that you can now or somebody else can come later and get rid of. That's not how it work. That's not how the Creator work. The Creator don't work like that. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, let's keep going. He said in verse 21, by what means the Creator said, no. One suggested and another that finally a spirit came forth, stood before the Creator and said, I will entice him. So everything that's happening, family, happens by the directions of the Creator. It's the Creator who gives that direction for these spirits to afflict you. I went through some examples last week about people being afflicted from spirits from the Creator. But now let's go back to chapter 10. Matthew the 10th chapter. And calling his 12 disciples to him, JC gave them authority over unclean spirits. This spirit that afflicted Ahab was unclean, but it was from the Creator. So now he have the power to stop the affliction that the Creator sent. You see? So that they could drive them out and heal every disease and sickness. So now his disciples have the power to do these things as he was given. Now, here's my question, and we'll type it in the chat. Name anyone or anything that came from heaven. Name any entity that came from heaven and gave power, the same power, and gave the same power to man. To man for them to carry out. I want y'all to name any entity that came from heaven that gave man the same power they had in order for them to carry out the same job they were doing. Let's talk about it. Show me where an entity came from heaven and gave man the same power it had to carry out the same job it was told to do. I want to see that. This is how you know you're dealing with something that is wicked. This is how you know you're dealing with something that has nothing to do with the Creator. I mean, it has something to do with the Creator, but it's not for your good. Okay? It's not for your good, family. It's not. He gave his disciples the same power. Now watch this. Verse 2, it says, these are the name of the 12 apostles: Simon, Peter, brother Andrew, James, the son of Zebedee, and his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector, James, the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. And notice it says Simon the Zealot. But some translations say Simon the Canaanite, but we're going to touch that in a second. Now watch this. Verse 5 says, these were JC, these 12, hold on, because I knew it wasn't going to do me like that. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. All right, sorry about that. These guys, y'all, a lot of people say that these were Israelites, but we're gonna prove that they weren't. They were not. Okay. So now, these 12 JC sent out with the following instructions. So he gave them instructions. Okay. He gave these people instructions. He says the first instruction says was to go not unto the road of the Gentiles. Now, anybody wants to have this conversation with me, let me put the link in the chat. I should have did that earlier. Anybody wants to come up to want to have a conversation with me, you're more than welcome. The link is in the chat. All praise to the Creator. Anybody would like to come up and have this conversation with me, I'll be more than welcome to bring you up for this conversation. All praise to the Creator. The following instructions: go not unto the road of the Gentiles. Now, Gentiles just simply means what they say in Phoenician Hebrew, goy, means nation. Well, there was only one goy that was ever mentioned in Torah, and that was the nation of Japheth. So now, why would he mention Japheth's people if Japheth people was not around? Okay, if they were not in Japheth's territory. You cannot show me any other nation was called Gentiles except Japheth's people. In the beginning of Genesis. Do not go unto the Gentiles, meaning Japheth nation, or enter any town of the Samaritans. Now, who are the Samaritans? The Samaritans are very important here. And this is how you know these people were not Israelites. Samaritans are who? Anybody got the definition of a Samaritan? Who are the Samaritans? Put up in the chat. We're gonna bust this today. Anybody have the definition of a Samaritan? Samaritans. Who are they? These are the people, a member of a people inhabiting Samaria in biblical times. When did that happen? When did people inhabit? Because Samaria belonged to the 10 tribes. When did other people inhabit Samaria? When? When did that happen? Because the first ones that inhabit the Samaritans, that inhabit Samaria, was the Canaanites. They was the first people. Brother Trey put up a person who helped others, no, particularly strangers. No, that's not the Samaritan. That's not the Samaritan. That's not them. No. Go to the other definition. They'll tell you who the Samaritans are. The Canaanites were the first people who inhabit Samaria because Israel did not drive them out. So I'm going to put that up. The Canaanites were the first. They were the first who inherit Samaria. The Canaanites. Anybody can tell me. Anybody can tell me who was the second? Who was the second? Who was the second nations that was brought to Samaria? They was the first. The second was Israel. Israel was the second. Israel was the second. Israel was the second. Who was the third? Anybody can tell me who was the third people that lived in Samaria? Where can I find that in the Bible? Who was the third? Where can I find that in the scripture? Here's your third people here. 2 Kings. 2 Kings 17, 24 through 41. I know it's kind of jacked up right there, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep moving. 2 Kings 17, 24 through 41. Those are the next people that came to Samaria who ruled. Then you have Isaiah, the first chapter, verse 9. Let's go to Isaiah, the first chapter, verse 9. Did Isaiah lie? Isaiah, the first chapter, verse 9. This is what it says here. Hold on. Let me make sure I get it right. That's not the right one. Hold on. Make sure I get it right. I know it's in Isaiah. Just give me a minute. All right. It's no, it's not it. All right, here we go. Isaiah 9. I said 1, it was 9. Don't want no bullshit like that. Get off my screen. It was Isaiah 9. I think it's 9-1. Why is it not giving me this thing? What is this thing doing? I'll find it in a minute. I don't want to waste time on this. But it tells you, Isaiah tells you about Samaria is the land, it's the land of the nations. And Samaria is the land of the nations. Samaria is the land of the nations. I might be saying it wrong. Give me a minute. All right, sorry about that. I'm just suffering from allergies. It says it keep giving me the wrong one, but Isaiah, it says the land of the Samaria, which is the land of the nations. I don't want to spend time too much on that. If somebody can find that for me, put it in the chat for me, please. Isaiah speaks about it, whereas that it tells you that the nations are there. Isaiah speaks of that, and I wanted to make a point on that, was to show you that that the nations never left that area when they were put in that area. The Canaanites were still there as well. So when JC went back to that same area, okay, who was he talking to? Who was he talking to? Because the 10 tribes were no longer controlling those areas. Those were the areas of the Gentiles. Samaria, the land of the Gentiles. That's what it says. Thank you. That's what my mind just went back. Samaria, the land of the Gentiles. I think that's what it says. Samaria, the land of the Gentiles. So I'm thinking that's what it is. Let me see if it give it to me. Because not just the Canaanites, but other nations were put there by the Assyrian government. So when did those people actually leave? When did they leave? So if they never left, then tell me, who were JC disciples? Who was JC disciples? If you can't decipher between the two people, how are you going to tell me that those people were Israelites? If those people were put in the land, Canaanites never left the land, they were never expelled from the land, and Israel was expelled from the land, the 10 tribes, and then even if the 10 tribes come back, they still don't have control of the land. So tell me, how do you know who's an Israelite and who ain't an Israelite? Because now you're going to have people that is imposing to be a converter more so than a bloodline. This is how you know you're not dealing with the land of Israel. You're not dealing with the promised land. You're not. You're dealing with the land of Japheth. JC was dealing with people in Japheth's area. He was dealing with people outside of Israel. And I'm going to prove it. Because any affliction that comes from the Creator. Israel couldn't just move no affliction from the Creator. They couldn't just move any affliction from the Creator. Israel's bound by the actual law even till this day. Even till this day, we are bound by our curses. We're bound by certain parts of the curse. You can't get out of it. So now all of a sudden, JC came. He's your relief now, right? He's your relief. See, this is why I keep telling you that this is your delusion of judgment. You're being judged as you live. The Creator asks you for praise, but you decide to praise JC. The Creator asks you for worship, but you decide to worship JC. The Creator asks you to live according to the law, but you decide to live according to what JC and Paul said. That's what you're doing. And you don't even understand that you went outside the house. Now, where can the Creator come in the house and have peace? He can't. Because you don't went to something on the outside. You're being judged as you live. So, verse 5 says, in Matthew the 10th chapter, verse 5, he says, the 12 JC sent out with the following instruction: go not unto the road of the Gentiles. Don't go with Japhet, or enter any town of the Samaritans. Don't even go to where the Samaritans are. No. He said, but go rather. Rather means specifically. Go specifically to the lost sheep of Israel. Now, why is that important? That's very important. See, the first thing y'all say, well, the salvation belongs to the Jews. Well, why you did not tell, why you didn't see JC go around just healing the Jews then? Because verse 9 said he went healing all manners of sickness. Why the instructions he given his disciples, he did not follow those same instructions? Why? You'll say because he was JC. He's the son of God. He could go around doing whatever, but he's telling his disciples to go to the house of Israel. Why? Why? He gave them power. Look what verse 1 says. Let's go back to verse 1. He said what? He gave them authority over unclean spirits so that they could what? Drive them out and heal every disease and sickness. He didn't say I gave you power only for Israel. Every means it don't matter where it's at. But why is he limiting his instructions only rather for the lost sheep of Israel? And notice what makes Israel. Y'all say the lost sheep of Israel is the 10 tribes. No, he didn't say the 10 tribes. He said the lost sheep of Israel. That means the nation. You know, goddamn 10 tribes. He's talking about the nation. He said, go to them who's lost, who's supposed to be the Melchizedek of the earth. Go to them first. It's very important that you understood this and understand this and overstand this. He told them to go to them first. You see? Now watch what he tell them after this, because this is very important. He said, as you go, preach this message. Why not show them the law? Why not give them the praise only the Creator and the Creator alone? No, he said, preach this message. The kingdom of heaven is near. Hold on. If Israel is already in their land, and Rome is over their land, and Moses already gave them Deuteronomy 30 on how to return, what makes it near? What makes the kingdom of heaven near? What kingdom was he talking about? Because Israel was already, people in Israel was already being healed, but there was an order in how they was healed. There was not just random healing going throughout Israel. So when he said the kingdom of heaven is near, he said, go preach this message to the nation of Israel. The kingdom of heaven is near. What kingdom was he talking about? Because Israel already understood their kingdom, which is the promised land. So what kingdom is coming near them? Because if there's a kingdom that is near, that means that kingdom is now coming to rule. That's like the same thing if we playing a football game and we say, oh, we near the we close the gap, or we near the gap to win. That means I can overtake you. I'm in position to overtake you. What kingdom is near to overtake the nation of Israel? What kingdom? This is what he's actually said. Let's talk about this thing. What kingdom is near that will overtake Israel? He's not talking about no 10 tribes. He's talking about the whole nation. What kingdom? See, they made you limited to the 10 tribes because they said, oh, see, the Jews was in Jerusalem. And the 10 tribes was only in Samaria. He told you, dummies, not to go to Samaria. So ignore Samaria. Ignore the Gentiles, which was Japheth. But he told you to go where the lost sheep were. That's what he told you. All praise to the south. Thank you for joining us. Make sure. All praise to you. He told him to go to the lost sheep. What makes them lost? They ain't following the laws. That's what makes them lost. Go specifically to them and preach this message that the kingdom of heaven is near. What kingdom was he telling them that was near to overtake them? Because see, Israel is in charge. Not no Japheth, not no Israeli, not no what you call these people overseas. We ain't talking about the people. We talking about the people of God in America, the Negro, certain ones. They're in charge. He told them you got to go to them first. And you got to go preaching to them this particular message. And when you tell them that there's a kingdom that is near to overtake them, notice what he said in verse 8. He said, heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse the leper, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely you give. So he's telling them that you don't have to worry about any instructions that the Creator gave them. Just perform in front of them what I'm telling you. You don't have to wait on instruction. You don't have to wait on praising the Creator, begging the Creator, pleading to the Creator. You don't have to worry about sacrificing to the Creator, because I'm making you go around all of that, because there's something that's going to overtake everything they're doing. See, this is what y'all don't understand. He's saying everything that afflicting them, performing in front of them. Because if they're lost, they're going to follow me. They're going to believe in me. They're going to exalt me. They're going to praise me. It ain't going to be no more about the law no more. They're going to fit the law in just enough so they can say they're Israel. But in reality, they really going to have faith in me. You don't believe it? Let's keep reading. Verse 9. Do not take any gold or silver or copper in your belts. He's telling them to go around as if you're poor. You see? Because you could get robbed. So don't put yourself out there to get robbed. Because you know Negroes like to rob you, right? And Negroes like to rob people. Huh? Negroes like to rob you. The wrong Negroes, they like to rob you. Play in the wrong area, you're going to get robbed. You're going to get robbed in the wrong area. And they will shoot you. Play with it. They will rob you and they will shoot you. You will get mugged. Real talk. So he tell them don't Don't take along no gold, silver, or copper in your belt. Take no bag for the meal. For the road. Don't take nothing. Or second tonic. Or sandals. Or staff. For the workers is worthy of his provisions. He's telling you, and he's telling his disciples, the Creator gonna provide for you because you are his judgment. Those who don't understand what's coming, they're going to help you in advance what you're doing. Exactly. Understand what I just told you, what I just said. That was very powerful. I knew it went over a lot of your heads. If you go out there and you go and ask for help, these people will help you because they are kind-hearted. And they will listen to you. But they will rob you now. Don't get it wrong. The wrong ones will see the vulnerability and will rob you. They will rob you, family. See? So don't go in there sleeping now. Don't go in there sleeping. Don't go in there sleeping. Don't go in there like you got it going on. No, don't do that. Stay on your toes, family. Stay on your toes. Because the Creator is he's not with them anyhow. And he's going to, because of the kind-heartedness of these people, they're going to make provisions for you. They're going to help you anyhow. It don't matter what they say, what they do. It don't matter what happens to them. They're going to always make it possible to help you because that's just how these people are. See? He's giving them the game plan. See, y'all looking at it like, oh no, see, he go around. He's telling them to go help. No, he's not. He's going around telling them, look at verse 7 again. As you go, preach this message. He's not going to help them. He's going to overtake them and subdue them. That's what the message is about. See, y'all overlook words. I've studied these words. I study phrases. It was a message that he was sending. The kingdom of heaven is near. There's something that's about to overtake you. So all that what you were living and doing and thinking and feeling and believing is about damn near over. But they say it's a new sheriff in town. And it's your delusion for judgment. And that's why in verse 6 it says, go rather, specifically to the who? Lost sheep of Israel. The lost sheep of Israel. Any Israelite within the 12 tribes is willing to listen to my BS. I'm willing to host them and house them, keep them, love them, and judge them so they can be destroyed. Because y'all don't understand what is really an affliction and what is really not an affliction. So look at verse 11. He says, rather, town or village, you enter. Find out who is worthy there to stay at his house. See, I told y'all. These people is going to help you regardless. You see? They're going to help you. But make sure you don't end up in the wrong house. Make sure you don't go to the wrong house. Don't go to the wrong city. Make sure you understand who's there that can help you, because some of these people think you now, and they'll have you in the alley thinking that they're going to help you. Find this thing out. Because family, you will get robbed. The American Indian don't play. They will rob you. Just joking. No, real. Certain parts you will get robbed. But when you go there, find out who's the kind-hearted one. They'll let you stay at their house. They ain't gonna charge you. Because you go to the wrong house, they gonna ask you for rent. They gonna ask you for rent. They gonna make you buy your own food. Huh? They gonna cook a whole pot full of food and they gonna eat in front of you. You gonna be starving. You got to go to the right house. Make sure these people gonna help you. Because these people, some of these people ain't gonna help you. They'll sit right there and watch you starve and die. So he say, find out who is worthy there and stay at his house. See? What do you mean by the ones who are worthy? The ones who are really selling their people out. Who don't mind help pushing this new kingdom. Those are the worthy ones. They'll let you come on in. Because they'll sell their own people out anyhow. See, they'll let you stay there for free until you move on. That's verse what? 12. No, that's verse 12. Yeah, 12. Until you move on. No, that's verse 11. Verse 12 says, as you enter the home, greet its occupant, meaning be nice. Show them that you're not a threat. You see? Be nice to them. If the home is worthy, let your peace rest upon it. Now, notice what he says. If their home is worthy, let your peace rest upon it. Meaning stay there. Eat their food up. Eat the food. Because they're going to let you stay there, you know? Eat the food up. That's what he said. Eat the food up. Don't worry about it. Let your peace rest there. Turn the TV on. Watch The Kingdom of Heaven is at near. That's the show now. Watch JC move down the street. Because you know you're going to have one of them cameras on the hat now. So they'll be able to watch JC on TV now. Let your peace rest upon them, upon their house. But if it is not, let your peace return. Now, like I told y'all, if the peace ain't there, you better get out. You better get out. You better get out. You better run. Because these people, they ain't trying to hear you. See? They will mug you. They will set you up. Because they know you ain't a part of the community. You see, they know you're not part of the community. So you got to make sure that your peace return back to you and run. Notice what he says in verse 14. And if anyone will not welcome you or heed your words, shake the dust off your feet when you have that home. I mean, when you leave that home in town, shake the dust off your foot. You see what he's telling you? Run. He's telling you to run. That's what he's telling you to run. Because see, everybody's not going to be fooled by your message. Run, family. Run. I know y'all don't like this, but this is the truth. He's saying run. What you mean? What you think it means to shake the dust off your foot? When you shake dust off your foot, you're running. You are running because dust coming from your foot. Dust is coming from your foot. Dust don't come from your foot no other way. But running. You're running. You're hightailing it. You're hightailing it out. You're running. That's what you're doing. You're running. You see? That's what he mean by shake the dust off your foot. Verse 15 says, truly, I tell you, it would be more bearable for Sodom and Gomorrah on that day of judgment than for that town. So he's telling them that if they don't accept him or accept you, what Sodom and Gomorrah got, they're going to get it worse. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to what he's telling them. How is they going to get it worse, family? How? Because they didn't accept him? That's what he's telling you. See, they know about Sodom and Gomorrah, the destruction that happened in Sodom, but because he's saying that because they didn't accept him or y'all, their judgment is going to be even worse. I want y'all to pay attention to this. It's going to be worse. Is it? Verse 16. Behold, I am sending you out like what? Sheep among wolves. See, what makes them sheep and what makes the people wolves? Because you're going into areas you are not used to. See, you got to look at the language. You're going among wolves. These people don't play. They are peaceful people, but they will stop you. You see? You don't believe it. They will stomp you. They don't play. I'm sending you out amongst them. Therefore, be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. See, what are you telling them to be shrewd? Because a snake know how to hunt. A snake know how to hunt. A snake know how to hunt. A snake can camouflage itself. So you watch who you realize that you can gain. You watch them. It's a game of watch now. Hunting, the hunter and the prey. This is the whole game plan. See, that's why he says what? Be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. See, a dove is pretty. It's a beautiful bird. So you go there and you look beautiful. You look harmless. Because a dove, you don't think a dove will attack you, but get by its young. A dove will attack you. But a snake is an aggressive hunter. It can hide. It can ambush. You can do all these things and it'll coil. It's prey once when it grabs you. And that's the point. He said you got to learn to be aggressive. You got to know how to hunt. You got to know how to pick out the prey. But when you pick them out, you got to know how to approach harmless. You see? He's given them the instructions on how to win people and how to study people, to gain them, to go after them, to talk to them. Verse 17 says, but beware of men. Beware of men. For they will hand you over to their council and flog you in their synagogue. See, so these are the ones you need to be aware of. The ones that is not going to fall for the BS. They're not going to fall for that. They will expose you. They're going to expose you. This is what they're going to do. They're going to expose you not just in the community, but they're going to expose you in their churches, in your churches, in wherever you come at. They're going to notify the people that you're an outsider. He's giving them the game plan. And I know y'all don't like it, but it's okay. I'm going to still tell the truth. Verse 18, on my account, you will be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and the Gentiles. Why would he say on his account? Because what he's doing is new. It's going against protocol. It's going against what's already set up. That's like if you go against this government will bring you before a trial. Because they already got rules, laws, commandments, and etc. set up. You see? They already know this is what JC's telling them. See, JC is telling them you going against you bringing in something new against what was already established. But you're not doing it to the government. You're doing it to the average man. You're trying to sway the average man. But you got to be careful because you might just be talking to someone that is connected. That's why you got to be shrewd like a snake. You got to pay attention to who is who. You see? He's only teaching them this dealing with the nation of Israel. He's not doing this for the average person. These rules and these messages only is for the nation of Israel, not nobody else. Verse 19, but when they hand you over, do not worry about how to respond or what to say. In that hour, you will be what? Given what to say. In other words, don't worry about what you're going to say. See, something supernatural going to happen for you. And you're going to know exactly what to say. Something supernatural going to take place. And you're going to know exactly what to do. You see? This is what's going to happen. Don't worry about it. In that hour, you will be given what to say. See, in that hour, because it ain't them, it is him. For it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Who's speaking through them? JC. Because JC is not the average person. He's your conviction of judgment. He's your delusion. And the disciples were all in on this delusion. You see? They don't have to worry about things because JC is going to speak through them because he's that spirit of delusion. Notice what he says in verse 20. Let me read it again. For it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. That's the spirit of affliction. You see? Who will go down and speak and put a lying prophet, speak lies in Ahab's mouth? 1 Kings 22, 19 through 22. What did the Spirit do? You see? These spirits, these affliction spirits speaks through you, talks through you, minister through you, but they are of the Creator for your judgment. You see? I know y'all don't like it, but I'm just showing y'all straight up what it is. This is your affliction. And that's why they didn't have to worry about anything dealing with what they had to put on. All they had to do was keep JC in mind. And I know a lot of you You'll sit there and say, oh, he's blasphemy. I know I'm blasphemy according to you. It don't matter. But you can't defend what I'm telling you. That's why the Spirit is going to speak through them. 20. Brother will betray brother to death, and father his child. Children will rise against their parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by everyone because of what? His name. Notice it didn't say the Creator's name. See, in other words, his name is going to bring confusion. I just sat there and told y'all, this man is your judgment. He's telling his disciples his name is going to bring confusion. You see? Brother will betray brother to death. All because of what you brought. See, there was already a confusion. Now you are bringing a new kingdom, so now they can take sides. It's not about trying to learn the Creator's laws. Now we have a new kingdom that they can now latch on and leech on to. And it will bring confusion between the house. He said, you will be hated by everyone because of my name. Why are people going to hate people? Or why are people going to hate you because of your name? Because your name bring a new kingdom. But the ones who preserves to the end will be saved. See, the ones who don't follow into my name will be saved. Because they're not going to follow that confusion. They're not. They're not going to follow that confusion, family. Those are the ones that will be rescued from this foolishness. The ones who is not going to get caught up in the drama of the kingdom that is being preached now. Notice what he says in verse 23, and I'm about done. When they persecute you in town, flee to the next. I just sat there and told y'all, and y'all thought I was joking, that these people will rob you. Joking? Why you think he said shake the dust off your foot? JC meant what he said because JC know what was there. You go into Israel now. Israel is a nice people, but Israel don't tolerate a lot. You see? When they persecute you in one town, flee to the next. Because hopefully you can find somebody peaceful in the next town. That's about a long shot. Because word spread. Hopefully you can find somebody in the next town. Because word spread. Flee to the next. Truly I tell you, you will not reach all the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. Now stop right there. I told y'all he is your delusion. He's your delusion, family. He's your delusion. He said, notice what he said. You will not reach all the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. Comes when? When he coming? Person? You see? So he's sending them out as the guinea pig. They're going to get beat up, cussed out, trampled on, ran away, talked about, I've been lied on, cheated, talked about, mistreated. See, long as I got JC. See, that's all they want. They're the guinea pigs. And then when they done went through all that, JC now comes in person. And now he lays it on thick. He comes behind them to finish up what they couldn't do. This is the game plan. You see? Because notice what he said. Y'all gonna go through all of that. In verse 20 says, a student is not above his teacher. See, you're gonna have to go through all this stuff for me. Because you're not above me. You see? You're gonna be the ones on the corner telling people about me. You're gonna be holding up posters on the corner talking to people about me. See, you're not above me. I'm sending you out. Nor a servant is above his master. See, everything is about me. It's not about you. I'm giving you the power to do what you're doing. So therefore, you have to now bend, bow, serve, and worship me. See, y'all scared to have this conversation. See, I'm giving you the authority. Yeah, you're going to get lied on, beat up, mistreated, talked about. But as long as you got my name, as long as you know I'm coming behind you, huh? They're going to take your money. They're going to run you to the next city. Don't worry about all that. As long as you got King JC, you don't need nothing else. Huh? As long as you got KJC, you don't need nothing else. That's what he's telling them. That's what he's telling them. But just make sure and understand. And before we go further, because see, these are still all the instructions that he given his disciples. They haven't left yet. Just make sure the whole thing is about me. Never make it about you. It's about me. It's not about the creator, his laws, all that. Tell them that all that going to be going away because there's a new sheriff in town now. So make sure you always make it about me. See? Verse 25, it is enough for a disciple to be like his teacher. See, it's enough for you to be like me. See, pattern yourself to be like me. People see you. They'll see you, but they'll see me. And a servant like his master. See, it's okay to work and want to be and rule like your master. It's okay for that. But watch the next line. If the head of the house has been called Beelzebub, how much more the members of his household be called the same thing? Did it not call Jesus the devil, an idol, a false god? So he's telling them that if they call me back, what you think they're going to call you? And y'all thought I was joking about somebody robbing them, beating them up, slapping them out, chasing them out? Y'all thought I was joking. JC was preparing them for what's to come. He was preparing them because they already called him the devil because he is the devil. He was preparing his disciples for what's to come. what's to be called, how they going to be treated, and etc. He was preparing them for that. But you don't believe that. These are the instructions that he was giving his disciples of what they're going to be facing. And y'all think that is noble. He told his disciples to specifically target a certain group of people. And y'all think that was noble. Well, you see, Israel gonna be first. Israel already was. Only thing Israel had to do was repent. But y'all didn't see that. But let's keep going. Look what verse 26 says. So don't be afraid of them. Who? The people. Don't be afraid of Israel. The ones that you specifically target. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't you be afraid of them. No. Because you coming in my name. My name is greater than their God. My name is greater than their God's laws. You coming in my name. My name. Don't you be afraid of them. Don't you be afraid of them. My name is great. I'm a king. This is a pep talk. For there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed. In other words, how these people really feel about the Creator, you're going to see it. And most of them don't like these laws. Most of them don't like them. That's why they're in captivity now. Most of them do not like the laws. So how they feel, see, they'll tell you one thing, but in reality, that's why you got to be like a snake. You peep the game. Peep the game, family. Peep the game. Peep the game. Then when you spot, you're going to be harmless. And you'll start to see that these people really don't like the law. They don't really like the Creator. But there's nothing that is concealed that will not be disclosed. You're going to see their real true feelings about the laws. And nothing hidden that will not be made known. They hide how they feel. They fake the funk. Talking about the Israelites. But if you teach them the truth about me, JC, you'll see what they really is about and the way they're going to be. They're going to follow me. You're going to see it. You see? Nothing is going to be hidden that is not going to be made known. You're going to see that they always wanted an idol. They always wanted somebody outside the house to save them. They always believed in other gods other than the Creator. You're going to see that. That's why some of them on the corner talk about Most High in Christ. See, they put me in a chat. They open their mouth and say, yeah, we praise Yahweh ben Yahweh Shah. See, they always got to put me in a chat. That's why at the end of their prayers, they say, God, if you can bless us with these things, we'll be careful to do these things in JC's name. See, they always got to put me at the end of their prayer. That's why they tell you, that's why they say, Aman. Who is me? I'm Aman. I'm many gods. I'm all their afflictions, and they can't get past me. See, that's why what been hidden is going to be revealed. What been hidden is going to be made known. All you got to do is talk to them. They're going to show you that they never really believed in the Creator alone. They got to have something outside of the Creator. And that's why 27 says, "What I tell you in the dark, speak in the daylight." See? Don't have no hidden agenda with these people, because they're going to tell you the truth. They're going to show you the truth. What is whispered in your ear, proclaim from the rooftop. Well, what are you talking about, JC? See, some of them going to come to you and tell you that they really don't believe in the law. But don't let it be hidden. Let everybody know that these people over here at this house don't really believe in the Creator alone. Make it known so others can feel embarrassed. They can get angry, and they can start to see the split even more in the community. See? All this is the game plan. This is the message. This is the message. And that's why verse 28 says, "Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul." Excuse me. What is he talking about? They're going to chase you. They're going to shoot at you. They're going to rob you. Some of y'all ain't going to make it out the neighborhood. And if you're a casualty, just make note, your soul is in the right place. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, family. Do not be afraid of them who can kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Instead, fear the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. But family, who's being killed? Whose body and soul being killed in hell today? What is hell? What is hell? That's Isaiah 5th chapter, verse 12, 13, 14, and 15. Hell is your lack of knowledge. You refuse to understand that you're indigenous to the Americas. You refuse that these people are gentrifying your neighborhoods and bringing in their people, foreigners. You refuse that you believe that you are the American Indian. You refuse that. You refuse that your culture has been tainted, misused, lied to you about. You refuse to believe that these people lied to you, telling you that you came from Africa when you're indigenous straight here. Some of you are from the North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. Some of you are even from the Tennessee Valley, Alabama, Mahama, what you call Miami. Some of you refuse to believe this. The Nasdaq, you refuse to believe that. The Arawak, you refuse to believe this is who you are. But you believe you've come from Africa because you got people like Ada Kane telling you, go around on Facebook, telling you that you come from Africa, the African God, the African queen. She don't even know what she's talking about. She'll tell you, I don't believe in JC, but she pushing the same lie of JC. ISUPK, IUIC, HUI, all of these fools telling you that you come from overseas, but can't find no records of you from no records of your people in coming from overseas. But they got poster boards. What can a poster board tell me? What can a poster board tell me? Oh, you from the tribe of Judah. You sound stupid. I'm just telling you, prove it. And you got most of you believing it. Oh, I come from the Egyptian line of the Africans. Yeah, I'm a king. I'm a queen. Where you stand? Oh, I stay in a one bedroom. How you a king? A king stays in the castle. A queen stays in the castle. But you stay in a hotel. You written. You paying tribute to a foreigner. But you a king. This is what JC was teaching his disciples. Because some of you going to die in the matter of spreading my name to be greater than the Creator. Spread it, excuse me, what I'm telling you to be greater than the Creator. Some of you gonna die. And this is what's taking place. And a lot of you don't want to believe this, but it's okay. And it's okay. What I tell you in the dark, speaking in the daylight, meaning what I'm telling you now, speak it out in the open. What is whispered in your ear, people come and tell you stuff and they don't want to proclaim it from the rooftop. Let everybody know. You see? In other words, nothing is to be a secret in this thing. Because we are about warfare. We're taking over things now. You see? Do not be afraid of those who can kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Instead, fear the one who can destroy both the body and soul in hell. Who can do that? Who can destroy the body and the soul from the lack of knowledge? You be afraid of those people. Because people put themselves in hell. According to Isaiah, the 5th chapter, verse 12, 13, and 14. They become lack of knowledge. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall on the ground apart from the will of your Father. Meaning whatever the purpose is going to get done. Because nothing gets past the Creator. This is what he's telling you. The Creator is aware of this guy because he sent this guy. And he's telling his disciples that he was sent, but he was not sent for the pleasure of the law. He was sent for the pleasure of your judgment. And even if the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So do not be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows because you're about to do the Creator's will. You're about to make a separation between the nation. Many of Israel is going to follow JC, and there are going to be that few that don't. And JC's telling them, you're doing the will of the Creator. Now, we about done. Look at what verse 22 says. 32. Therefore, everyone who confesses me before men, I told y'all, he's giving them the game plan. It's about people drawing a line between law, following law, and following this guy. There's a line being drawn. Houses are being divided. Friendship are ending. Families are breaking up. Because he's here to bring judgment. Your delusion is your judgment. You have to confess him. Why he ain't telling you to confess the law? Because he don't give a fuck about the law. He's telling you it's about him. He's here to bring judgment. It's about his name. Because he's your affliction. He's your judgment. He's your delusion. And the first ones he had to get was Israel. Because everybody else he don't care nothing about. They are like little sperm pick up here and there. He'd get them. But the ones that he need was the ones that was promised to be the priests of the earth. Therefore, everyone who confesses me before men. See? Confess me before men. You will celebrate. He said, I will also confess him before my Father in heaven. Oh, yeah. See, James, he's confessing him. He's confessing me out of his mouth. He's your accuser. We talked about the accuser. He's your accuser. He's your accuser, family. Now you see your judgment. I'm going to confess you before his Father. Why? See? He's your accuser. He's letting the Creator know who's following him and who's not. Therefore, anyone who confesses me before men, I will also confess him before my Father in heaven. But whoever denies me, verse 33, who denies me before men, I will also deny him before my Father. See, James ain't following me. He's letting the Creator know. He's taking tally on the split. He's taking tally on who's following and who's not. Who's obeying the law and who's obeying him. He's showing the Creator. He's that separation for the Creator. He's that separation. Y'all talking about the Antichrist coming. He already came. He already came. He's that separator. Y'all been waiting for something to come from the sky. It already came. That's why y'all can't tell me when he's coming back. And most of y'all are dummies, giving up your house and your savings and all that, talk about something coming from the sky. The sky already opened way during this time. He ain't coming again. He's coming through your mouth. He's coming through your actions. He's coming through your belief of how you believe him. He don't need to come again. He don't need to come again. And that's why he says in verse 34, do not assume that I have come to bring peace on this earth, because he did not. He came for an affliction of judgment. See, y'all would sit there and lie to me. Nah, see, he meant this right here. See, he came not to bring peace because he is the Son of God. You don't need to bring peace. This is how stupid we are. He's giving his disciples the game plan. Because in order to get Israel from the law, he cannot bring peace. They have to get in to where Israel is, and some of them ain't going to come out. Some of them going to get labeled, get beat up, get stomped, get robbed. They ain't going to be enslaved. They're going to be living on the streets. This is what a lot of, he's preparing them for the task. He's preparing them. And it ain't pretty. Sister Latoya said, that's real. when he confesses those who don't follow him before the Creator, those are the people who didn't fall for the delusion. If they serve no other God, they'll be the remnant. That is true. That is all 100% truth. All praise, Sister Latoya. He's your accuser. He already told you that you're going to get mugged. You're going to go through everything. He's telling you, do not assume that I have come to bring peace on this earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. He said, I came to bring a sword. You see? What is that sword, family? What is that sword? See, this is why a lot of people can't do nothing. What's that sword? That sword is to divide. What is it again? What is it again? One more time, one more time. He came. He came. He came to divide, family. We got a state of an emergency, family. We got a state of an emergency. Because we got people believing that this guy came for peace when he literally said out of his mouth, he came to divide. So let's keep going, family. Let's keep going because they can't see this. I know these people who believe in this New Testament can't read. They're not really reading this book. They're not really reading it. Let's keep going. He said, I don't understand. I had to put that one more time. So he said he came to bring a sword. For I have come to turn. Verse 35. A man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemy will be the member of his own house. Now I want you to pay attention to that, family. He's telling you the warfare. He's giving you the warfare. He's giving you the actual game plan of what he got going on, family. Because inside of the houses, this is what you're going to hear. You're going to hear all the screaming and you're going to hear the what? Ooh. You're going to hear it, family. And that's why you don't have peace in the homes. Because JC is there. He's there. Not the laws and the commandments, but JC. He's in the homes. He is your divider. He is your accuser. Now, look what verse 37 says. And we about done. I promise you. We about done. 37 says, anyone who loves his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Why is it about him, family? Why do I have to love this guy more than myself? Why? Because you don't realize that's who you're serving. He's your God. Anyone who loves his father or mother more than me See? The Bible says, honor thy father and thy mother. It didn't say honor, JC, over your father and mother. See, when you honor this man more than your father and mother, you're breaking the law. Just that simple. But he said, anyone who loves his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. I would rather not be worthy of you to honor my mother and father than to honor you more than me honoring JC. You see, that's what I'd rather do. Because he's not worth it. He's telling you that you got to honor him more than your mother and father, than your father and mother. You see? Verse 38. And anyone who does not take up his cross and follow me. Where in the script, where in the law it tells you to follow somebody on a cross? Huh? Where does it tell you to follow somebody on a cross? Where does it tell me to follow somebody who's being afflicted? Who's being put to death? Where's that example in Torah? Anyone who does not take up his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Well, I'm not picking up no affliction. I'm not looking at your affliction. I'm trying to get away from my affliction. That means, how do I get away from my affliction? I turn to the law. Huh? I get away from my affliction by turning to the law. I don't get away from my affliction no other way. Anyone who does not take up his cross. I know I got afflictions. And then it says, and what? And follow him. It's not worthy of him. No, I'm not following you. I'm following Torah. I'm following the law. But he's giving his disciples the game plan. Verse 39. Whoever finds his life will lose it. See? Now that's powerful right here. If you find your life, you're going to lose it. He's not talking literal. He's talking figuratively. If you find out the truth, nobody going to want to mess with you after this. You're going to be out there by yourself. You see? You're going to be an outsider. Because my kingdom is going to be great. And that what you teaching and talking and living and believing is going to be minuscule. So whoever finds his life will lose it. And whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Meaning, if I follow JC, it's plethora of people out here that will embrace me. But if you ain't trying to embrace me, there's not too many people that's going to mess with you. This is what JC's telling them. And coming to the end. Verse 40. He who receives you receives me. Because I'm giving y'all the game plan. And if they receive you, it's going to be easier for me to come behind you and they're going to accept me. And he who receives the one who sent me, you see, you got to pay attention to what he's talking. Sister Latoya put up Isaiah 8:16. Bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. The disciples in Torah were people who were binding the creators, binding to the creator and his laws only. Yet JC got his own disciples. They're different, and that's the truth. And that is 100% truth, sis. That's 100% truth. They're different. They are different from the disciples in Torah. They're different. But a lot of people, they don't want to see that. See? Because the disciples in Torah was binding the creator and his laws. They weren't going around preaching JC. In Matthew the 10th chapter, verse 40 say, he who receives you will receive me. And he who receives me receives the one who sent me. Right. If you embrace me, you embrace your affliction and your judgment. Because here's what JC's saying is, you're going to accept the creator either which way you go. You're going to accept the creator through his laws that he intended from the beginning, or you're going to accept the creator through your punishment, which is your affliction that's going to come through delusion. You're going to accept the creator either which way it go. You're not going to be able to be in purgatory, what they call the middle. You're not. You're going to make a decision. It's going to be either JC or it's going to be the laws. It's one or the other. It's going to be one or the other. 41 says, whoever receives a prophet because he is a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. See? Well, he said whoever receives a prophet means a messenger. You're going to receive a message or reward. Meaning what that reward is. That reward is if you receive JC, you're receiving your judgment when you receive his kingdom. That's your delusion of judgment. You're being separated from the actual law of salvation. That's the prophet reward, because the prophets back in Torah showed you the prophecy that was to come. For Israel to return back to the land. JC ain't telling you to return back to the land. He's telling you to he's telling you to come to him. That is your reward. Your reward is separation because you refuse to follow the law. And a righteous man will receive a what? Righteous reward. Verse 42, and if anyone gives even a cup of cold water to one of these little ones because he is my disciple, truly, I tell you, he will never lose his reward. You're not going to lose it because you're going to have a lot of people that accept you. You're going to have a lot of people that accept you, family. You're going to have a lot of people that's going to accept you. You're not going to be without a JC lover, a JC believer. You're not. You open the door, JC. Go in the restaurant, JC. Go to school, JC. Work, JC. Stand on the corner, JC. Driving in your car, JC. You flying on an airplane, JC. Going to another country, JC. You're going to have a reward because everywhere you're going to go is going to be JC. But show me when you go wherever at, you can find somebody that believe in only the one creator. You're not going to find that, family. You're not going to find that. You're not going to find that one creator believer. That's very slim to none, family. That's very slim to none. You're not going to find them. You're not going to hardly find them. We are a rare breed on this earth now. And all praises to you. Those that believe in the one creator, all praises to you. All praises, all praises, all praises. JC was giving them the game plan. They was given the game plan, family. So my question now becomes, what is the real catch to the game? Because they going after the house of Israel. They're going after the nation of Israel first. This where we at. This where we at, family. Because we don't believe that your judgment is here. Link is in the chat. Anybody who wants to come up. Next week, ITFTR Network, and Spit the Truth Podcast, we will be doing a podcast together with a panel. Brilliant minds. Me and Sister Latoya hopefully will be up there. And we will be talking indigenous principles of the Bible to show that Israel is not from Africa. We will be two of the guests, and there will be other guests on there as well. Be looking out for the platform, the channel, and also the One God Project is getting ready. We're getting it together. Be looking out for that as well, in the Creator's will. And family, I hope you got something out of this. The 10th chapter, he was teaching his disciples the game plan on how to rule and bring judgment. And the first people that he went to for this game plan was the nation of Israel. So family, I'm ending right here. Thank you for joining me. It's Maury Yaakov, ITFTR Network. We thank you. Shalom.